Hello, Mont Vernon. My name is Anna Zock, and I am the current president of the Mont Vernon Historical Society. We are having a float in the parade this year, and one of the people on the float will be William Bruce. He may not be familiar to most folks, but if you've ever been in our cemetery and seen the beautiful dog statue next to his memorial, he's the guy with the dog. Unfortunately, he died in a hunting accident. He was loading his gun into the wagon after fox hunting, which he loved to fox hunt, and the gun discharged and shot him in the shoulder. And he bled to death before help could arrive and save him, which is very sad. You will recognize him, however, or his reenactor, in our float this year, because he will be the guy with the quite fascinating gun that we borrowed from one of our dearest members, Richard Carleton. And he has stopped by tonight and shown us, given us a little demonstration of how the Flintlock rifle he's lending us works. And it is something he made. It's a recreation of an 1820s type rifle that William Bruce may well have used back then. Certainly Richard tells us that he uses it to hunt regularly, and he's shot quite a few deer with them. So without further ado, let's listen to Richard and Tim Berry talk about this quite amazing rifle.
Firearm that they would have.
This is a pretty high-grade gun.
Well, it looks like it as a high-grade gun.
So early 1800 gun.
Patched round ball.
First of all, it's tiger maple stock.
Yeah, it is.
Plus, it's got this detail here, which is more like, is this a modern touch on this gun?
No,
This
is an exact copy.
Really, with this? Well,
Yep.
what was the purpose of this for your
It's a
cheek?
cheek piece.
Okay,
yeah.
that's
Cheek
what I
piece when you
thought.
shoot it.
That's what I thought.
Just
Yeah, but
stick
it's
it up and
it's a right-handed gun.
yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, wow, that's heavy, and what a long barrel.
Yeah, it's a 44-inch barrel.
accuracy.
Yeah. So anyway, the way flintlocks work, this is a frizzy. It's super hard metal. This is flint. Flint strikes steel, makes a spark, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So this is called a pan, and you have a charge of powder in here, and of course you ball in the front of it, and there's a touch hole there that allows the powder to burn through. So this is a charger here, and you just hit that there, and it drops 3 grains of black powder right in there.
I see.
Now this is your ignition, right?
Watch. Yeah, watch this. Yeah,
Ha!
very cool.
Yep.
Yep. And if you had a charge in the barrel. Now,
Yeah,
how do you
and
open the breech of this gun? How do you, oh, you don't.
You don't.
let out, there is no
This-
breech.
this gets
That's
through-
the breech.
through the
Gotcha,
front.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh my God. And what kind of wood is that made out of?
The ramrod?
Yeah,
It's ash, but
gotcha.
just they
Somebody's
always.
been striped.
Well, I did that, yeah.
You
but
did that.
the
Nice
original
job.
was done the same way.
Nice job.
You know how I did it? I took black tape, electrician's tape,
Yeah.
and I went around it, but I
Yeah.
left a little space between it. I took a
Right.
small torch and I burned it.
Ah.
Yeah, but
shit.
see, the tape
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
enough of a heat sink. to
Yeah.
it, so-
So here's a question, because you know your way around these old firearms. 1820, would this gun have had a tiger maple stock on it?
If the guy had some money,
Okay. In other
because
words,
the gunsmith would charge
right,
extra for that.
right. But it could be got.
Yeah, the original one that I copied this from was not quite as fancy as that. It had a little grain in the butt, but
Yeah. Well, that is one elegant looking gun right there with that tiger maple.
yeah, I built two
Man,
like
it's a
this.
beautiful shape.
This
How-
was a casting, so I filed all this out.
Okay, I was wondering why it was so smooth.
It has a set trigger, and how that works, you cock the back trigger,
Yeah.
and then your front trigger is very here.
Yeah.
And it's much more accurate if it goes off easy.
Right. So
As soon
here's
as the
the
sights are lined up,
right.
you touch
This
it, bang.
this is the
This cocks it and
that
sets
pulls
it.
the firing pin back, and actually there is no firing pin, is there? It's this.
No, it's in
Yeah.
the lock in here.
So what exactly does this primary trigger do?
It sets a spring up in there.
Yeah.
It cocks the spring.
Oh, I see.
And
then
when you just touch this
gotcha.
one, the spring jumps up and hits the release mechanism for the hammer.
Gotcha. So right, if the hammer was back, the hammer would have been dropping.
Yeah, see, it's like this.
Okay.
You saw the spark, right?
Totally
Yeah,
saw the spark.
Yeah, totally saw the spark.
Yeah.
How often do you have to change the piece of flint?
Probably every 30, 40 shots.
Really?
I've killed about over 40 deer with one of these.
Really?
It's a lot of deer.
Well,
My
with
wife-
that long barrel, I imagine it's pretty damn accurate.
This gun,
How far is it accurate out to? Like,
but it's right on in 100 yards.
I was just
It'll
gonna
shoot
say
better
100
than
yards.
a minute of angle, which, is like that.
wow,
Yeah, he shoots really good.
I'll bet. And that's just a smooth bore barrel.
No, this is
Oh,
rifled.
it's a rifled barrel.
Yep.
Now, so
One
would
in
it have
six- one in
been a
66.
rifled barrel in 1820 as well?
Yes, yeah. It would be a Fowler, which would be a shotgun if it was smoothbore.
Gotcha.
Before
So
that,
I didn't know. I thought all
Yeah.
these flintlock rifles were smoothbore, but
the
they
ones that
weren't.
I've seen that were like this were rifled.
Gotcha.
And what they did, they started with a real like 32 caliber, and the bores get eroded out because of the black powder.
Right.
And then they would re-drill it and rifle it again,
Get bigger,
make it
and
bigger,
bigger.
and
Right.
eventually they're right out near the edge.
Right.
And
Right.
they wind up being a
But that one's got plenty of room.
Yeah.
And that looks like modern rifling in there. Wow. Yeah. So the rifled. So what does the cartridge look like? Kind of like a rifled slug, only not as large a diameter.
The projectile,
Yeah.
it's round.
It's a ball.
A ball,
Is
yeah.
it? Is that a
In
mini
this
ball?
vintage-
Is that what they call a mini ball, or were those
No,
a smooth
No,
ball?
a mini
That
ball,
was a
mini
smooth
ball
barrel.
was a long thing. Yeah, this is a patched round ball, and what the patch does, it catches. You put the ball right into the patch,
Right.
drive it down, and the patch actually catches the rifling so that it spins the bullet.
I see. So in other words, the rifling don't make an impression upon the ball.
Not on the
It's
ball at
just
all.
purely the
Nope.
the patch that's
Nope.
behind the ball.
And after you
It
shoot
turns the ball
Yep.
and spins
Yep.
it.
One
Got it.
turn and 66 inches.
Gotcha.
The reason they use
That's
this
all it is. 1 in 66.
1 in
Huh?
66.
So it's only going to get one spin in that barrel,
Stop
basically.
and think about it though. If you
Yeah.
got a round ball,
Yeah.
what percentage of that touches the rifling? Well, really none, but the patch, only the very round edge of it around there catches
Right,
the rifling.
right.
So if you try to twist it too fast, it strips the patch off.
Right.
If you try to spin it quick
Right.
like that, it
Right.
just tears
right.
the patch off.
Right.
So
And then the
you
patch
turn it
don't
slow.
impart nothing to the ball.
Right,
Exactly.
right. And that's a gas seal as well.